Hello guys and welcome to the Costa Cup number 7 semi and grand finals. We missed last week but we're here again with another broadcast of the final few matches. As usual, I'm your host Nidra, and join me is my colleague at GhostGamers.net, Nomlix. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. Always fun to be here talking with you.
It's We're gonna have the first semi-final for you guys ready to come in. It will be Nelio from Vietnam against Platinum. So Platinum is Nelio is kind of known because he actually won Gaussa Cup number 5, so he's a returning champion. But Platinum is still a guy who has to make his name in the scene. Like, he's not really a known name. He's from Singapore. Trying to make a breakout here. Now, Mix, you saw Nelio beat win Ghost Cup 5 pretty decisively, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was a pretty brutal, I think, 3-1s in,
Yeah,
yeah, both 3-1s.
why not serious?
Uh,
Yeah.
so, do you think he'll still manage to do it? Do you have faith in our champion?
Well, he has proven that he can do it, so let's see if he will do it again this time.
Okay, yeah. So the guys are big banning the classes. Um, this will be a best of 5. Both semifinals will be best of 5, as will be the grand finals. The winner of the whole tournament goes home with $300 and 20 World Championship points. So this is also something for all the Southeast Asian players out there to mind. Every Saturday we are hosting these tournaments. They are absolutely free for anybody from the region. You only need to sign up, check in, and show up. Obviously, on Saturday, every Saturday at 1 p.m. Singaporean time. So again, you'll have the chance to play with some of your peers, from the scene, and if you do well, we'll give you money and World Championship points to go, to start your road to BlizzCon. You can find more information at hs.gossipcup.com. You can register, you can follow the news, the coverage, find deck lists, view these from previous tournaments, all that good jazz. But we are going into the first match now. Platinum will be playing Warrior, Hunter, and Druid, and Nelly will be playing Warlock, Rogue, and Warrior. So, Alex, do you think these are both Patron Warriors considering the recent metagame changes?
Yeah, most likely it's the tournament, and they will bring Peyton Warrior just because that's like such a consistent win rate against so many decks which are out there at the moment. So Peyton Warriors are just a staple deck if you can master it to bring to tournaments like this.
No, yeah, that definitely. I think there was like a poll on Reddit recently, and a lot of the people said that Patron Warrior is probably one of the most played decks on ladder and is also one of the strongest, which is no secret at all. But what's interesting is the community doesn't really think it needs a nerf. They think it's just fine. What do you think about this?
It is fine, I think, because it's not overwhelmingly good against everything. It's just a staple. Like, there's nothing you can. It's not like you cannot win against it. Like, we just need time to find a meta which is really good against this deck, and yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, so we're jumping straight into the match. Nelly will be on the bottom, Platinum will be on the top. You can see the classes on your overlay, so we'll be updating them, removing the classes as they get a win, so you always know what options there are for the players. Yeah, we see it's a Rogue versus Hunter. I'm just gonna okay, and it's okay. Scarlet Crusader. I've been seeing this a lot actually.
It's well, we already said that most likely it's gonna be patron warriors, and that's, for example, like good against those patrons sometimes, and yeah, it's like a tech card that kind of found its way
Is it?
into more and more decks.
Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not getting Platinum Scam. What? Ah,
Hunter from him.
sorry guys for the technical difficulties. The spectator mode is acting weird.
Like at some time he knew like the rogue would be was favored, like the old Miracle Rogue was favored against those mid-range Hunter decks. But not sure if that is still quite like that today.
What? Yeah, my observer mode is acting weird and it doesn't really allow me to spectate both hands for some reason. Sorry guys, I will really try to fix it quickly. Hopefully you're not missing something big, but so what's the status currently?
Nalo did build a small board with his like mid-range minions. He played the Pirate and SI7, and
Yeah.
then Platinum unleashed and killed the rest of the Scarlet Crusader, and now is deciding whether he trades with his
Yeah.
and yeah, he went base with it. So
Okay, what's the secret? Because I don't really
that's
seem
the
to.
thing,
Okay, so it's a freezing.
it's sorry, it's snakes. Yeah.
Okay, so what's this Jungle Panther? It's not a card that we see at all.
It came from the West Spinner.
Oh, it came from. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes way more sense. I was wondering if this is another crazy tech, but
This right here is interesting, so he wants to play the Big Van Cleave.
yeah, he can definitely prep this. No, he cannot, right? What?
He did just eviscerate.
Oh,
after the-
okay. So I'll just restart quickly the clan, guys. It's apparently Hearthstone is gone crazy.
From Platinum's side, there was the Owl as the perfect answer to the Van Cleave. And Nalo is pretty sure it's Snake Trap at this point, because he checked for the other staple traps that are out there. So it's not a freezing and not an explosive trap.
Yeah. So okay, I'm just patching up and I'll be in the game quite soon, hopefully. Tell me more about the rogue versus mid-range hunter, because it should be mid-range hunter, you know, with this freezing trap.
He also played the Highmane now and has the Dr. Boom in his hand. So it is the mid-range hunter. And
Yeah, definitely.
used to be like when Sunshine Hunter and all started to become big, like a long time ago by now. The Miracle Rogue was like one of the decks to counter it because the turn 6 Highmane was so perfectly countered by a
Sap.
Zap.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think with more early game in those mid-range hunters, and they can also kind of rush you down, similar to a Face Hunter. Because I think the matchup did change quite a lot. But in our case here, Nalo did get a good board and just ignored the Snake Trap. So he got a lot of pressure off. And is like about to get the kill on the Platinum here.
Okay, so I'm back in the game. Oh, it's really Dire Straits for the hunter.
Yeah,
But
he needed a Misha here to even have a chance of surviving.
I cannot spectate boats. Oh, it's over?
Yep,
Okay.
win for Nilo because you have the leap on board with the prep oil and this Lopa. So Nilo is up 1-0
Okay.
and got his rogue out of the way.
Okay, so terribly sorry you missed this game, guys. Hearthstone sometimes does crazy stuff. Let's hope this is the last game we missed today. Okay, so this leaves you know, the rogue is out for Nelia, so he's down to Warlock and Warrior against Warrior, Hunter, and Druid. From Platinum, what's the move here, do you think? Do you just go for, you know, Patron Warrior, if it's Patron Warrior in fact, and, you know, just hope that you get a win out of it?
I guess it's also a Zulog, so I think the chances are quite similar to go with both. It's just his decision which one he wants to try first.
Gul'dan versus Rexxar.
And Platinum sticks to the Hunter.
Okay,
Also an interesting tech of Platinum. He has the Kazan Mystic in his Hunter list, just to make the mirror and stuff so much better. And wow, it's a handler from Nemo. And he basically already has the core cards he needs against the Hunter early on. He has double Molten in his hand.
okay, so yeah, I mean the game now, it's everything seems to be normal except the fact that both players are reversed, but it shouldn't be a problem. I'll just switch the overlays for you guys to reflect this. So yeah, it's again the mid-range hunter against, well, it's giants.
Yeah.
I really like this for the hunter usually.
With now double healbot and stuff after healbots came in, I feel like the handlock has a good shot at winning this. Like, it used to have like no chance because they would just burst you down, and the turn you drop your Moltens, they would just kill command, hero power and stuff, and you would have no chance of winning. But I think the chances for the handlock are much stronger now with stuff like healbot in there, and you can just lock it down with the early giant if the hunter has no chance of dealing with it, because most hunters also stopped running hunters now.
Yeah.
Which is like a big factor in this matchup.
Do you think it has gone decisively into Warlock's favor in that case?
I think it got much better for the Warlock, but I'm not sure if he's favored yet. So I would almost call it 50-50.
So yeah, I mean, Platinum does really run double Hound Masters as he should, but there's no Beast currently, which is kind of a problem because he really needs the board presence, and you know Nelly is already toning up, and okay, that might help, but I don't think you play R&B call just now, right? You wait for it to untaunt a giant, for example.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
not the beast you want there.
Yeah. So what's his spec? Does he?
Kind of rough for him. He wants to use the bow charge, but also wants to get his traps going to give him more bow charges, because he would have a quite good clear with his, not a full clear, but yeah.
Okay, so maybe you just then Snake Trap, Hunter's Mark. Oh no, he's just gonna unleash.
Yeah, he just wants to try to get his snake trap going, and also get his bow going, and maybe get a good Houndmaster next turn.
Okay.
He will also go for the value trades. Maybe? Okay.
The question is, will he trade the dog is here or leave one for?
I think if he doesn't trade, it's too weak to AoE.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to.
Like, he committed to the play. So he either has to
Oh, no,
both. He did nothing of both, so it's an interesting play. Because
But
I
it's
guess he knows that if your opponent has AoE here, you're at least getting one of your traps off, and with that he gets his bow going. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's a Shadow Flame, but you know, if he triggers the freezing trap, that's another. Because you just some Fury
explosive.
Protector, I guess.
uh,
Oh, it's explosive. Oh wow. Okay. So he plays all the traps. I mean, 3 traps.
I guess. No,
Wow.
I'm not sure if we saw a freezing trap yet.
Okay.
Okay, so he triggers the explosive. I think he was quite surprised about it being an
Yeah.
explosive trap, yeah.
You never see. I should say rarely see explosive trap in mid-range counters. They usually do freezing trap, double freezing trap, and maybe one snake, or double freezing trap, or one explosive. Actually, so some of them do run one explosive, right?
Yeah, it just makes your matchup against the
Yeah, the other counters.
matchups and stuff. And your matchup against Zulox or something just helps you in so many matchups. But what I feel is quite interesting are the Void Callers in the Handlock-ish deck from Nilo. I guess if he runs Void Callers, he might also have a Doomguard or something in there.
No, I think I've seen it played by Life Coach in the KPL. He would run just the double Molten Giants. He would not play Mountain Giants, and he would have Jiraxis and Morganis.
Oh yeah.
Just for this purpose. It's quite strong actually, because it really confuses your opponent, because he sees Void Walker, so he expects a Demon Lock, right? Like a standard hand with Jiraxis and Morganis, but he never he usually doesn't expect Molten Giants when you see Void Walkers, Void Callers, because those really don't go hand in hand in standard decks. So this is kind of a really Life Coach experimentation that I've seen him and maybe a couple of other players run, but it's not really at all common.
But Platinum here made the correct read and didn't attack with his buff talent, so he doesn't give him almost 3 Moltens. That's kinda awkward here. You would imagine he has the clear with the Shadow Flame. The Snake Trap is always also still up there, so at some point he has to deal with it. And he gets the taunted Jiraxis out here. Well, that's what the owl is here for at this point.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he has quite the damage yet to go all in, which is quite a problem.
Oh, well, now he does.
But the Jirax is just such a huge body. But I think
Yep.
it's both Sun Fury is gone already.
Wow, okay, the Hellfire, just
Yeah,
massive.
It's the only way of easily clearing it. Because of the Snake Trap, he doesn't want to get it triggered.
So, is Platinum just straight up dead here? Because 3-5...
Which looks like it, because
Yeah.
he doesn't have lethal yet, and there's a board which he can't contest.
Yeah, even with a Beast it wouldn't have been lethal because it's just straight 10 damage. So, yeah, okay, it does seem that this will be 2-0 for Nelia here. Getting really close to this grand final. Yeah, he just concedes. So, Nelio is just down to his warrior then. And now it's tricky for what can Platinum do, because you want to pick Druid against Control Warriors, but you don't want to pick Druids against Green Patron usually.
Not knowing which kind of warrior it is here,
Yeah.
quite a problem. But I guess
So I think you just.
you
Okay.
with the hunter again is
Oh no, he
maybe
goes
his
with
best
Druid.
I must protect the wild.
Druid can have a good shot against Patron Warrior if it's like with a 6 starting hand and a lot of early pressure.
And okay, just adjusted the classes for you guys on the overlay. That should be all fine now. Okay, so it's traditional, is it though? We cannot really know for sure. Do patrons play Doctor Boom? They usually don't, right?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Most of it, like, you often see Boom or Grom, or maybe even both in it, so. But the Belcher kinda
Yeah. Yeah,
most
the
likely says it's.
Belcher and the Shield Slam kind of give it away that
Yeah.
They-
especially
it-
for-
it's a control warrior. So on paper, this is a good matchup for Platinum here on his Druid.
Like after you get the Brawl out and some of his removal, like if I execute a Shield Slam is gone, the Druid is just gonna stop snowball the game easily.
Okay.
He also has a sick curve here. With the
Ah.
coin shade and the innovate.
I don't.
Not sure about the charge here, but guess
mean-
he wants to get the armor away.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been like this druid would have died anyways, because if he doesn't die to a death bite, it dies to a shield slam, armor up shield slam.
Well, the question is what he wants to play around. And maybe playing around Shield Slam was better because his Shade is also useless this turn and next turn. Because if he has the Death Bite, it also kills the Shade at this point.
So I guess he'll just play the Harrison here, because no really use keeping it against druid, obviously.
Just
Oh
keep
god,
Lynch on the board.
So you can, Wrath and kill it, or you can.
That play, he doesn't develop the board any further, but like his only other play was the Belcher, and the Belcher just gets traded away by the Harrison or even the Death Flight. So I think it was the only correct decision he had here.
It's okay, because he also knows that he has Thorison, which he'll likely drop at turn 6, right? So this way he draws the deaths by charge, and he protects the shape. But okay, and then there's a perfect Sylvanas, which will get silenced, of course, immediately.
Well, I guess that's quite good for Neil because he still gets a good clear off.
But he's still not doing any damage. He doesn't develop the board, and the more you delay punishing the war and pressuring him, the more time he has to get to draw into his big removals. And here's the first one. Dr. Boom will come on turn 7, as Dr. Boom always does against other people.
Yeah.
And he still can do whatever he wants. And this shade must come out. I would understand keeping it if he was very close to turn 9, which just combo it off and kill the warrior straight up. But he doesn't have. He only has half of the combo, and it's only turn 6.
Magnilio also plays it safe here.
Yep. I've seen the situation with two long hidden shades. There was a notable game in the Kinguin Pro League where I think it was Kibler who had Kibler argue one of those who kept his shade for too long. It grew to 12, 13, something like this. He was hoping to just one turn kill his opponent, but taunts came because he was playing, I think, handlock. So a lot of taunts came in, and it doesn't really matter if you have a 12-12 shade if it doesn't really hit the face. So the same thing is happening now in this game. Platinum has dropped his shade. It's grown to 7-6, but there's Sludge Belcher on the board, and there will be another one coming right after.
The thing is also he had no good turn
Yeah.
to reveal it, because on turn when it was at 5 or 4, it would have died to the Death Bite. When it was at 6, it would have died to Sylvanas, plus the Death Bite Whirlwind effect, and that way there was really no good turn to reveal it. So,
As we said, maybe he could have played the 4-6 taunt and draw shield block shield slam. I mean armor up shield slam. That would have saved the shade for at least one turn, and he would have gotten way more damage out of it, I think. But he just dies now.
that's the point where Warrior can win this matchup, because it's so far ahead on board. There's no good way for a Druid to deal with that kind of board.
And it's 27 health for Warrior, and
Swipe BG8 is the only way of coming back to this game, but
he has neither.
that's it, yeah.
So, I don't think Thorison.
I can maybe hope for getting the perfect draws and maybe killing him with a sick combo.
Yeah, but it's. What are the perfect draws? You need another Savage Roar, I guess, and even that doesn't really kill him.
You have to develop something on the board that sticks, which is kind of hard at this point. Yeah, that's right
Wow,
here.
hits for 4. Okay, yeah. So this game is done basically. It's a quick one. I mean, scenarios will not even slow him down for much longer. It will even. Yeah, it's really. I mean, the Druid got a really clunky hand. Didn't really get much mid-game pressure. Like, he only got his Palette Shredders now. And Palette Shredder is, I think, actually one of the cards that destroys Warrior, just because it, you know, soaks up so much damage and deals so much damage in the process. It draws so many weapon charges. It's really hard, very sticky for the Warrior to remove it, because he only has his weapons. You don't really want to waste an Executor or Shield Slam on it. So, okay, this will be 3-0 for Nelio. So he continues the tradition of just slamming his opponents. And he will have the chance to fight again for repeat championship. Now, I think he's the second player to attempt it. Last week it was Wes Poggi, our Ghost Cup number 4 champion. He was playing in the finals against Zad Kiel, so kind of a Filipino face-off, which he lost. So we still don't have a repeat champion, and Nelio will have the chance to become the first for this season. If he does it, he will be tied with Waning Moon. Well, I guess not really tied, but in the same